let's talk about people who have an advantage and then squander it. And so what I'm talking about now is SBF, the CEO, founder of FTX. So interesting because I think I sent you the article and it was like basically SBF Madoff was basically what it said. And I was just like, I remember it being bad. I remember how much it affected so many people. I understood that it was like very significant and it hurt people that I knew. And that was a big deal. Watching the documentary, it's such a large pyramid Ponzi scheme. Legitimately, they created a second floor to just create false information. And that was their actual intention. I think, in contrast, SBF was always a person who didn't care about compliance or any rules or creating any systems of accountability. I mean, he literally was playing video games and they thought it was cool instead of asking, like, why aren't you not taking this meeting seriously because we're trying to give you billions of dollars? Very strange. At the very least, like, I would have showered that day and maybe put on, like, my better t-shirt, right?
Oh, no,
like,
not this guy.
So, and then also Madoff, I really do think he was propped up by the fact that other people, how many large hedge funds and other investors had put their money there, and many of them were able to get their money out before the shit really hit the fan. Which again, if I was some people, I would ask, like, why did they not have to give up a little bit of what they?
At least Madoff cleaned up a bit. Played the part. You didn't have to embarrass people so much. I think it's a false comparison to compare SBF to Madoff. I think it's too nice. He is the Borat of venture capital.
Yeah.
This guy was playing a game. And I really do believe he was laying in bed
100%.
with that chick Ellison and was like, watch what I'm about to do. It was one of those things. Here's one thing I know about men. They love to show off. They love attention. And some of the things he was doing was purely a dick swinging move. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sit in this gaming chair, tell these guys what I'm not about to do, and they're just going to give me money anyway. This was pillow talk with him and his girl. I think his strategy was more, it's very Borat.
It's very Borat. Well, and I think so when FTX was first starting to become popular, I'm always on the hunt for like either a new job or a consulting opportunity. And because the thing is that you're always looking for what is going to be the coolest freaking thing I can build in my career. Right. And so FTX, when it was first coming up, the way people were talking about it is like, let me investigate, let me find out. Maybe this is a company I need to network my way into working at. And so I was looking, though, at the leadership team, and I couldn't understand how a single one of those people were qualified to be a leader of an organization of this size, right? What I mean with size is that it's not the number of people, it's about the number of assets they had control over. And I was just like, coming from my background, looking at companies like Apple and Netflix and Sprout Social, we weren't dealing with people's money in the same way. We were primarily dealing with people's information and the types of systems that we put in place to make sure that we were completely compliant and we could be so respectful of people's information. It's so complex that I'm sure it would blow some people's minds, like some of the things that we did. And that's just about people's information. That's not people's money. And people who were working with me, so these are some of the best legal experts. These are some of the best financial experts. These are some of the best governmental experts who are looking at different governments and providing suggestions on how we could be compliant. It took dozens of people for us to even hope to do this effectively. And there's like 5 people at this company at the time I first started looking at them, and not a single person had anything remotely close to the experience necessary to put in place what I think are reasonable or compliance mechanisms. And not only is he the Borat of venture, Sequoia and some of these other people need to go ahead and they need to go out to the back in the shed and they need to go ahead and get that behind whooping.
Are they Giuliani? Are they the Giuliani?
Yeah, they just kept rubber stamping.
Their pants down?
Yes, because it is, they really are. Because the thing is like, again, if I could figure that out just on a LinkedIn search, like just going through and looking at the employees on LinkedIn, any other reasonable human should have been able to do the exact same thing.